Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Skyrealm, and boy am I stoked to have you here with us today. I'm Bodhi, your Unexceptional Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by our exceptional cast of players. You will notice we are down one player. Ryan, our faithful friend, has left the stream for a period of time while he's off traveling, but it was a pleasure to have him part of it. Quickly, before we do get into anything, I just want to give a couple of shout outs. First of all, shout out to our editing team of Becky and Ben, who are absolute superstars, absolutely just crushing it, keeping the ball rolling and doing amazing. We've got our art team of Vic, Josh, and Alex, who, you know, all the picture-in-picture stuff, all the characters that you see, all the maps, all of that is coming from those guys. So thank you to all of them. And then finally, shout out to Underground Oracle Publishing, who are our official sponsors for the Skyrealm. And we are so thankful to be able to use some of their content. You will notice that Blake is playing one of their Awakened Familiars races, and if you also enjoy any of the spells that Blake uses or enjoy hearing about that race that he plays, please go check out what Underground Oracle do, because they make amazing third-party content for sure. But if everyone is ready, I'll give a quick little recap. So last episode, our party encountered the Don, had a conversation with the Don of the Claw Mafia in his war room. The Don is a Rakshasa gentleman with a scar over one eye, small glasses like on the end of his nose, big saber-tooth kind of teeth. He has black fur with like blue stripes going down, and he wears like a kind of Middle Eastern kind of wrap with like a what's called like a belt kind of situation that's like a sash. He carries a cane that is made out of a spine. You can see the vertebra of the for the cane that he kind of walks around. And with his backwards hands, he's consistently smoking one of those long stiletto cigarettes, as I call them, those classic cigarette holders, and is smoking cigarettes that smell not like your average cigarette, but gorgeous, really, really nice. And after informing him of your guys' situation, he requested that you guys go forward and accomplish a task for him. You perform a heist to relieve a young gentleman from captivity called Barnaby, as well as also from the same place he's being held captive, steal a bunch of crystal undyed water that is yet to be distributed to the people of the People's Republic, and bring it back to the Dawn. Following that, the group did also find out that Geo is royalty, which was a very nice, fun discovery for everyone. Olafur also lost a finger during this encounter with the Don. The Don removed Olafur's finger because he informed the group of the Defiant Rebellion movement, which is breaking some of their strictest laws. And so he removed Olafur's finger and crushed it up and sniffed it, because the Don is a maniac. And from there, you guys proceeded to leave the bathhouse to go make your way uptown to go attend a party after a very stressful first couple of hours. I would say not even day, first like 5-6 hours in the People's Republic. And on the way, your faithful friend Rom turned against the group and began attacking you guys as 4 other siphoner guards appeared out of nowhere and began attacking you as well. As you guys were jumped, you did manage to successfully defeat the siphoners and defeat Rom. But just before Rom was about to be delivered a killing blow from Arnar, he began dematerializing and teleporting from this place. He left some things behind. He left his mechanical arm. He left his swag of holding filled with items. He left his great axe, his stone great axe. And the final thing that he left was his beloved friend and spirit, his wildfire dragon, Reshi, who for many episodes and throughout this entire season so far has had no voice. However, now suddenly you guys heard her speak for the first time last session. After that happened, we did get a little cutscene for our players that showed Rom rematerializing in a deep cell room of the Imperial prison island of Incendium. There he rematerialized in front of Kiber, the Drow Supreme Wizard of the Arcane Institute, who informed him that now Rom had arrived, that their true work begin, before turning and gesturing towards a giant flesh golem that was strapped to a medical bed, made of pieces of many different races and humanoids. Cool. So, if everyone's sitting comfortably, let's begin. Guys are all stood in the alley where the attack went down. If you remember, Rom cast plant growth, and plants from window sills and from under the cobbled road ripped through and kind of filled the street with vines and different, kind of intersecting bits of tree trunk and things like that. However, once he began dematerializing, the foliage begins kind of retracting a little bit and kind of opening up. There you can see a good portion of it is kind of staying there. You guys are left in silence with a few items on the ground in front of you, along with the wildfire spirit Reshi kind of just rippling in the air, very similar to like Haku from Spirited Away, just kind of rippling through the air. And you guys also have 4 dead bodies in this alleyway as well. You have 4 dead siphoners just kind of strewed either end of the alley. Over to you guys.
Is everyone okay?
I mean, physically, but
I'm not okay either in one way, but is everyone safe? Is everyone whole?
I'm up at the very least, which is something.
We need to get, let's get out of here. The last thing we need to be around is these bodies, so yeah, we should probably, I think we need to just move on to where we're going. We gotta, yeah.
Blanco?
Sí, estoy bien. I'm fine. I still am feeling like I'm confused by what happened. Rom, he turned so quickly, and it's maybe I feel somewhat betrayed in my heart. So yes, but I agree, Toad. We should keep moving. This is not the place for us to be right now.
I was going to look at Reshi and just be like, Reshi, as we start walking, what the hell?
You see for the first time this fiery, almost like Chinese dragon kind of like pulsating next to you, kind of turns and goes, "Hello, Toad. It's a absolute pleasure to finally be able to communicate with you. I don't know. Rom has always been hot-headed, but I've never seen anything like that before. I'm just as in shock as you all. I don't really even know how my voice came back. I got a tickle in my throat, and all of a sudden I can speak again. Is everyone okay? And obviously I apologize for something that, I seemed to be a party to, but did not wish to harm any of you. Simply just... Do I know what?
Did you know this was going to happen?
No, I wasn't aware. He'd somehow blocked our telekinetic connection, our telepathic connection, and somehow was blocking it. So no, I didn't know I'm not even sure if this was premeditated or whether he tripped and triggered some sort of wrong circuitry within his body, or I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I wish I knew more.
I do it insight, and then as we do that, I'm gonna say just
Of course you can. Of course you can.
and then I'm gonna ask.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's a 9. Believe it. Believe it completely. Well, Reshi, are you okay? I mean, since Rom's gone, why didn't you? I mean, has that been severed, or what?
You see her kind of fly up, and with her little, like, kind of short, like, borderline, like, T-Rexy little legs that Reshi has, kind of, like, begin kind of, like, patting herself, as she then goes, "That's a good point. I usually go everywhere with Rom. We're bonded at the soul. I don't quite understand what happened. Somehow I didn't get reabsorbed back into his body, but instead I'm here with you. I don't quite. Here, 1 second. Let me see if I can contact Rom if he's still out there." And you see Reshi kind of like close her eyes and like begin like almost like squint clenching, you know, like trying to force something to happen. As she kind of hovers in air, and then it's like nothing. It's like a buzz almost, like, you know, if you like are in a room filled with static, you know, that kind of thing. I can't quite hear him anymore.
Sounds like something's blocking that signal.
I have no idea, and She flies over to one of the dead Cyclers and kind of looks at the body and is like, "I'm just sorry for all that happened here and what happened to you guys. Look, if it makes it any better, I swear myself in allegiance to you guys. If there's anything I can do to make this better, I'm happy to do so. But also, if you want me to leave, I'm happy to go. I understand that what just happened. I'm happy to leave if you'd like me to."
I don't want you to leave. It's definitely going to be a group decision, but I don't mind if Reshi stays. So I don't know if anyone else thinks so, but I don't mind.
Gio just walks over to R&R, and knowing how things went the last time, there was a bit of an outcome where there were some bodies on the street, and R&R's response to that, and just kind of comes over. And,
I thought we were walking out as we're talking. We're still there.
I would say you guys have made your way to the end of the alley. Are you guys going to continue just walking and leave this kind of mess behind you guys? What is the plan? What are you guys doing?
Before we go, R&R, just have a look. I don't want to. I want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. I want to make sure that we're all safe, and that, well, maybe we might need to do anything else to cover our tracks or to tie up loose ends, as you've said in the past.
We're a little beyond doing the right thing, but if we can hide these bodies anywhere, it would be recommended.
Amazing. Do you want to make a perception check with advantage to see if there's any places nearby to dump a body?
Well, Bodhi, I have a passive perception of 18, so...
I'm more than happy for you to go with that. So with a passive, as you kind of peer around and look up and down the alley, you can see that there is. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen these before, but often in like Europe and stuff and places, you have like buildings that, you know, you have manhole covers in the floor, but then you have some buildings that have kind of like an archway with like a grate kind of in it, and that kind of also can lead down to sewering. It's for drainage and things like that.
Yeah.
You can see that there is a drainage grate over to the right, that if you could pull the grate off, would likely be a good place to dump the bodies. Down below is you know, R&R is someone who's lived in the city. You would know that anything that really goes into the sewer kind of disappears. People don't really know what kind of like cleans or you know, deals with the stuff that goes into the sewage system of the People's Republic, but nothing really comes out of it once it goes down there.
Good.
And what about Rom's stuff? Looks like Do we need any of that, or does that need to be cleared as well? Do we want to dump it? Looks like the great sword and that little dragon swag of holding. I don't know what he put in there, but just want to make sure that we're.
We probably should take that. I mean, this is swag of holding, but
We put everything in the swag of holding?
sure. I was going to have to
Even the bodies?
Could a body fit in the swag of holding?
100%.
I mean, we don't have to worry about it breathing, you know?
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
would we be taking a body?
Yeah, that seems.
Quick disposal?
I thought we had
just
a.
collect it and get out.
Oh,
We have many of those, I believe. If I'm remembering correctly, we have more than one body.
It's 4 bodies.
Yeah, there's 4
I
bodies.
was taken. I think. Well, hold on. I guess that actually raises a good point. Would it be safer for us if we took the Evis route and just put a body in the bag, walked across the street, dumped it, came back, body in the bag across the street, and just did that a couple of times?
It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just concerned about us getting caught. The more we dilly-dally about arguing about how we dispose of this, the more likely we're going to get caught.
Sí,
I'm gonna just-
rápido.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, Arnar, if you make a decision, I'm happy to follow you.
At this point, I'll just say quickly before anyone jumps in. You guys will notice that Reshi seems to be like a little bit more drawn to Blanco. You can see Reshi is kind of like floating and making her way like kind of near Blanco, and isn't like within your personal space, but is at least like around you, Blanco, a little bit more. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Can I just find out? Can I roll to see if I'm sort of like scared of Reshi just a little bit because of the fire thing?
Of course, please do. So you can either roll Constitution, or I'd be happy for you to roll an intelligence check as well to see how much you can logic your way out of being afraid of this.
Oh, it's only 10 if I did Constitution. Okay, I have a 10.
You have a 10? As far as Blanco, yeah, you've just seen your friend betray the group. Their compatriot is still with the group.
Yeah.
Not only is that maybe a bit concerning to you, but also the fact that this compatriot is a fiery compatriot probably doesn't sit the best with you. Like it's probably not like an immediate threat kind of situation, but you're definitely not super comfortable with Reshi being around you in that kind of way.
So Blanco's like sniffing the air, sort of as Reshi sort of like goes through this every time, and he's trying to figure out, and he's just sort of a bit uncomfortable, and this sort of singe mark under his tunic, sort of like, you know, almost he can feel it searing again.
You can feel that heat.
The heat sort of come back, and he sort of just takes, as Reshi sort of comes past each time, he's sort of, you know, just taking that step back, but he's wanting to be part of the group, but there's this sort of like, you know, like level of stepping back, so that he's like, rapido, let's, you know, he's wanting to move the group, he's, you know, so he's like, vámonos, yes, I think the bag of holding, I don't know, this is a good idea, is to put one person, quickly, we take them, I'll help how I can, and he's just, each time Reshi comes near, sort of, you know,
doing one of these?
Yeah, sort of like
a fly,
back.
kind of like.
Yeah, but trying to not be too, you know, obvious, just sort of doesn't want to appear.
Of course. Cool. You guys can do as you please with the bodies. Feel free to deal with those as you like.
I think we're pursuing the Evis strat, as it were.
Nice. So you're putting him in the swag and holder, and you're dumping him down the grate.
It is not the greatest idea, I admit, but it is a creative one. And I feel Alia would be proud of me.
You as you say the name Alia, your mind kind of drifts for a little second, and you think back to the cold obsidian floor that you awoke on inside Creator, the lava kind of glowing throne room that you entered in your dream recently. And then you kind of just snap back to reality. That kind of cold disappears from you, and you're back. You're all good.
Gio's dragging the body towards the center, I guess, sort of like a collection point that might be closest to get everything in one place, just by the scruff of the clothing behind, and just pulling that towards the center.
Yo, let me help you out here. And I want to cast Levitate on the... Yeah, just to... If Gio's struggling, like, Levitate's going to help a little bit more. So, again, that's when creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically and remains suspended there. So I guess, like, to lift up the legs of the body, I guess, to be like... Provide a cart.
The assist, you almost lift, so then you can almost gravity bump it, like the way that you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys begin kind of moving these bodies. Let me just ask: are you putting it down the sewer grate? Are you moving them to the sewer grate and getting them down there, or are you taking them with you? What's the plan here?
Down.
Let's get rid of them. I don't think having them with us is a good idea.
I agree. Can someone help me lift the sewer grate? This is...
I'm down already.
Toad's be kind of looking out. Toad's be kind of looking out, like kind of just flying, just at the end of it, just kind of keeping lookout.
Amazing. Can either Arnar or Blanco, whichever one of you wants to, can you make a strength check with advantage, please?
Wow, that's you, because you came to help me start it to work.
Do you want that as strength or athletics?
That's a great question. Let's go with athletics. Why not chuck a proficiency in there?
Yay. Okay. That first one's a nat 19 for 26. Yeah, 26.
Beautiful. With the 26, Blanco and Arnar kind of assess where there's rusted screws kind of at the top, and place feet on the wall and just crank it open. It kind of comes away from the wall, and with a little clunk as you place it down heavily, and you can see as that kind of opens, you get this kind of smell that comes out of the sewer, and it doesn't smell like you would expect sewage to kind of smell. It smells like almost like burnt flesh, maybe, like burning of something almost like when meat is cooked in some sort of way. You can smell that kind of coming up from the sewers.
Oh, they're having a barbecue down there. Pleasant.
Hey, sewage gang, be
Yeah.
Blanco, he says, Evis and Gio, quick, as I'm still holding it, but I'm still sort of sniffing into the air to detect whether there's any sort of people coming, using my sense of smell to, but the barbecue smell is overwhelming more than anything else.
As you guys begin kind of just lugging these bodies over, if anyone, let me just ask, did anyone search these guys, or are we just hucking them? Is it a straight huck situation? Are you guys searching them, or are we just hucking them?
For Evis, oh, go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say their priority right now is to clear the street and get the fuck out. Yeah. And because I think we need to have a big conversation about what happened with Rom at a safe spot. So sooner we can get this done, the better.
Amazing.
While that's happening, I also turn to Reshi and I just gesture for Reshi to come over, and I say, I'm not sure if you can do this, but the longer we stay here, the worse it is, or the worse it could be. Is there a way that you could fly up a little bit and just see if there's anyone coming, Reshi? And if there is, can you indicate that to us? Because right now we're in a pretty vulnerable position.
Yes.
I'm doing that already too.
Toad, if you check down that end, I'll check this end. Let's do that, and I'd be happy to do so. And you see Reshi kind of while kind of floating in the air, bows her head like low to you, Geo, and is like, Sir Geo, and then kind of flies up and off over in the other direction. When they kind of get up above the buildings, they turn back and you hear them like kind of, you know, that like shout whisper that people do where they're like, hey, hey, like that kind of thing. And you see her be like, nobody's coming on my end. It's all good.
Great. That's good news.
How'd it
I'm
go?
going to just dispose of stuff. I'm actually visually just looking at the bodies as the being taken into the grate. And if I see anything, can I just roll to see if I see anything visually? I'm not going to be disturbing them anyway, but something that is interesting.
Yeah, please do. And Toad, with your passive perception, you can see as well that as you're kind of looking over, it's fairly late at night. You guys were like kind of like entering Gnome City, and it's like a bit industrial here. So no, there's not any like houses or residential area here. It doesn't seem like there's anyone peeking out of windows or anything like that as far as you can see with an 11 passive. So Geo, as you were kind of looking at the bodies, you notice all of them have this like almost wound, like I would call it like an open wound. It's less of a scar and more of an open wound, and you can see that they have like this kind of crack of like in their arms that leads up their arms and kind of like up their neck, and kind of like is just almost looks like a gouge. But when you were in combat with them, you could see that this gouge was like glowing like a deep purple, almost like that was maybe a source of where their arcane energy was kind of coming from, or something along those lines. Otherwise, from you just looking with a 15, you can see that most of them are just in like black leather or like black cloth garb, very like almost like knight, like not like, I don't want to say like ninja, but like borderline, you know, these guys are like dudes that are clearly operating at night. They're clearly dressed to deal with something that's happening at night, that kind of thing. Yes, Arna.
I'm realizing I'd be a pretty shit detective if I didn't investigate the bodies, so that I will do that. Actually.
Go for it. So roll me investigation.
Yeah. And Blanco is like checking hands as they
That's
go
a nat
past.
one.
You kind of look at the bodies, and Arnar, in your kind of state of like, I would assume like annoyance of being betrayed, and you know, emotions that you know are kind of, you know, maybe, you know, circling around. I would say they may be more than annoyance, maybe less. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
More than annoyance. Betrayal's real big to my boy Arnar.
Yeah, beautiful. I assume so. So we'll say that you know, Arnar, just in your flurry of emotions that you don't usually let out this heavily, you're kind of lost in your perception to focus. Your ability to use that focus that you really are good with is a little bit clouded.
Oh yeah, then he's stressing out. Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah, and what was it?
Blanco was like just checking the hands, because anytime he comes in contact with somebody, he just checks
checking
the hands, like to see that you know,
they are all normal coloration for whatever skin tone each person has.
Okay.
There's no discoloration of any black sort of any sort of like dark, you know, kind of maybe rotty, you know, color kind of to any skin pigment that any of these
sort of pretty focused
gentlemen
because
have.
Reshi has gone off. He feels like he can sort of be a bit sort of more focused, so he's like sniffing around and
amazing. So as you guys lob these bodies in one at a time, you hear like, as you kind of hear them fall down something, before you hear like the final like kind of noise that emanates from the sewer, which is almost like a flump of flesh in like a shallow pool of water, and it's just like just awful, just like a kind of sound, like a splat almost. As then you hear, you know, the other bodies kind of land on top, and it just, you know, sounds freaking awful down there. And you guys are just left, stood in a street with some extra large plants kind of grown around, and you've gotten rid of the bodies. They're out of sight.
Can I roll an investigation check to see if I would know what that smell was? Because I have such...
Yeah.
Because we weren't, you know, you're saying it sort of smells...
Please do.
Can I do a...
Yeah. That sounds great. Smell? Yeah, please do. And roll a You can either do investigation or you can do survival. Actually,
Okay.
I'm happy for you to do survival.
Okay, I roll with advantage. God. 19, 23. Oh, because I rolled.
Beautiful.
with advantage.
With a 23, that smell is exceedingly familiar to you. It's the same thing that was used in the kitchen that you worked in, where you released all those animals in the cluster city in Ulagatus, in exotic flavors. You know that what that smell is it's not actual burning, it's not like fire. It's actually gelatinous cubes dissolving things, and it's the fumes that come off of gelatinous cubes dissolving things. You know this because the cleaner for that kitchen was a gelatinous cube called Bob, and so you know that when Bob would clean the kitchen and he'd go around and just absorb like any bits that fell onto the floor and whatnot, that would be the smell that would kind of emanate and like kind of ooze out of him as he disintegrated any like meats or flesh or things like that were around when you were in the kitchen. So hey, you've got a pretty good guess that there's a gelatinous cube of some sorts dissolving something down there.
At this time, I don't feel like I need to relay it to the team because I feel like, no one's questioning the smell. We smelt it, but I was like, I want to remember. Maybe I will talk with Toad about this later, because who knows? Maybe that will come in handy to know this information. I will speak and see. Toad remains.
Amazing.
While that's going on, I move over to the swag folding and open it up. I look to anyone to see if they want to acknowledge that I'm putting in Rom's. Is it a battle axe?
Yeah, it's a giant battle axe made out of stone, like completely stone battle axe.
So I start sort of leading it into the swag folding, and anything else of Rom's that I see, his arm that is there, I put that in as well, and just collect up anything around that area that might be evidence, or also just anything that we might need in the future. Seeing Rom again or otherwise.
Amazing. Cool.
Put it all together, zip up. Does Rom have a little dragon swag?
Yeah, it's a little dragon swag, and it's got a zip down its belly.
I zip it up. I hold it out to anyone to see if anyone wants it. I'm happy to carry this, but we probably should go, though, at this point. And I don't get any reaction, it looks like, and I just stuff it into my shell.
Amazing.
Toad, can you see which is the best way for us to go to not encounter anyone?
Do I see which route would be the best way from my vantage point?
Where are you going?
Let's just get out of
Well, I
here.
mean, which way is more clear? Like, which way is the clearest way? Like, which way is the less like?
Conspicuous.
Yeah.
So you know that leading out the like kind of top end towards like Midtown and Uptown, you're gonna have to cross the big main road of Gnome City. But also if you want to head to like Olafur's house, you're gonna have to go that way. But as far as like people, it's pretty dead. You can hear like murmurs like a couple of streets away and things like that, but it's pretty dead. And behind you is just downtown. If you go backwards, like you've got the Torah behind you, you've got your like sheer horniness office is behind you, deep downtown, like that kind of stuff is that direction. So it's up to you which way you're heading.
Both ways are. Depends where you want to go. Both ways are clear. There's not many up and about at this hour, so wherever we're free to go where we want to go. There's no one out there to give us trouble.
Probably make our way to Olafur's.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere we can talk in private and not be overheard.
Start walking.
At least be comfortable.
Yeah.
Amazing. You guys begin like just kind of hightailing it across the city. You're walking at like enough of a casual pace that if someone like just glanced at you, they probably wouldn't suspect anything. But you are putting in some good to a point where Geo is struggling to keep up is the kind of pace that I'm talking. Like because of his little turtle legs. That kind of situation. And so you guys kind of meander through. You make your way through Gnome City. You can hear in Gnome City that there seems to be work happening irregardless of the time. You can hear like hammers clanging against metal. You can hear saws kind of cutting wood. You can hear like steam kind of being let off from places. As you kind of make your way through and then through Uptown. Uptown is a little bit quieter, though. As you kind of get closer to the center where the bazaar is, it gets a little bit more lively. And as you guys are walking through, can all of you please make perception checks? If it's can everyone make perception checks? Let's go with that.
No, I refuse,
Nope.
Bodhi. You'll never get one.
I refuse to see anything. I shall be closing my eyes as I walk.
Ooh, a dirty, a filthy 20.
Nice. We love a dirty 20.
A filthy 4. It's just filthy.
That is filthy.
Dirty 21.
Dirty
I might as
21.
well have gotten a dirty. I mean, like, it'd be closing my eyes. I got a 10.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Completely mediocre 13.
Okay. So, Geo and R&R, as you guys kind of make your way through Midtown, you see as you kind of walk past like the alleyway that leads into the bazaar, you can see that there is a like cluster of guards kind of stood around, and like there's a group of people listening to them. And there's one guard kind of stood up in particular. He's got that same like metal brimmed hat with flat brim, same kind of kabuki mask with eyes visible, armor like kind of plate armor in different places with the imperial logo of the what's it called, barbed wire with a war drip. And as you guys walk past, you just catch 2 sentences. The first sentence that the guy says is, "We cannot allow people like this to walk our streets. So, if you see these people," and you see him hold up a piece of paper, "please come and inform the guards immediately." And as you guys kind of round the corner, the light from the alley kind of disappears, and you continue kind of past, unless you would like to stop or anything like that. You're welcome to stop and listen any further. From the angle that you guys walk past, no, you could not see. He's facing away from you guys. So like you walk past it like an angle this side, and he's like talking to people like out here, basically holding something up.
Yeah. So if I'm near R&R, I'm just sort of grabbing his elbow and turning in a direction. If we're going in that direction, but as much as we can, angling ourselves so our backs are to that person and just walking more, gesturing behind, just saying, "Let's go." To sort of introduce some more urgency into, we've got to get out of this space.
Yeah, I clock it. Can I see the poster this guy's holding up? Or at least on it?
With the dirty 20, what I would say is you can see that there is multiple heads drawn, like you can see the back of the paper. You can't see like the front from the angle that you guys walk past. So if you wanted to go like into the bazaar and like kind of like look around and like, do that, then you're welcome to do that and try and get a better view of it. But from the angle, you can see that there's multiple like heads drawn on this piece of paper, basically.
Can we send Reshi?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good idea.
So you tell Reshi to go kind of have a look, and you see Reshi kind of wiggles and winds her way towards the crowd. After a couple minutes, they come back and they're like, it was very strange. The gentleman who was talking was holding up a piece of paper, and it looked like it had Geo, you on it, and someone who looks very much like Evis, and a very poorly drawn version of what I think was meant to be Blanco. Clearly, whoever's doing the art isn't very good at doing animals or something like that. But
the head smaller than the body.
It was
run into that hole.
It was a proportional problem that was a lack of fur in places that there should have been fur. But all I can say is, I think it looks like you guys. Now there might be another, Genasi dog and turtle walking around. I don't know, but
Wait, they
Do we
don't
have any cloaks?
Toad and I on there?
It's probably Arnar's probably from what happened before when we were doing our thing. That those 2 guards, the bodies, maybe they told us about it. Do we have any cloaks? Does anyone have any cloaks on them?
Thank God. We can still practice the law. Oh.
Yes, but our friends are in.
Yes, this is true. So this is not good, but
good for business, but not good for. Do we have any? Does anyone have any cloaks?
Regardless.
You know that Rom definitely had a cloak in his swag of holding with a hood on it that he first met you wearing and actually removed early days, but had been wearing when he first met all of you. So you know that Rom definitely has a cloak on him.
Someone put on that cloak in Rom's bag. Is there? I assume we talk about it in the swag of holding. So, be like, if someone can put on that cloak, Evis and will fit you, or I'm not sure. Whoever can fit into it, someone get the cloak on.
I think, with Rom's size, it might fit Geo a little bit better.
Mm.
With the shell? Okay.
Yeah.
Reshi's like, he'll look like he has a hunchback.
It also could be Arnar. Arnar is slightly bigger than Rom, but
no one's after us. We don't need a cloak. Geo, you
Okay, I'm following now. So I pull the swag of holding out from behind my shell, open it up, and I'm seeing just a bunch of things in there, including the big battle axe. But I also see that arcane tracker that I'm now remembering that Rom had retrieved off of the ship, and some other just weird bits and pieces in there. But along with that, there is the cloak. So I pull it out. I'm looking again. I'm thinking to myself, we'll have to just pull all of this out, maybe in Olafur, and talk about it and see what we're doing with it. But I zip up the swag, put it back in, put the cloak on, and say, okay, now what? I'm not sure really what you guys want me to do.
Reshi's like, whoa, you all seem very concerned about someone depicting you, in Blanco's case, not very well, but isn't it an honor to have someone, to depict you in art? I've heard that that's a great honor to have people draw you.
Reshi, here, it's not art. It's a more of a, they want to find these people and potentially kill them or throw them in jail. Here, it's most likely just kill. So it's not like a good, like an artist rendition. It's more of a, what you would say, like a wanted notice. So this isn't the best. Yeah, this isn't the best. Use of it.
People are not looking for us to give us treats or a present.
That's a shame. I do like treats and presents. That is a shame.
Oh, Arnar has his hand.
Yes. Oh yeah, in world. No. Can I personally say I'm trust Reshi. Arnar certainly fucking does not. Arnar's gonna make an insight check on Reshi because he's wondering if maybe he and Toad were on the posters as well, and Reshi's lying.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Not great. It's a 9.
That's what I got on my insight check with Reshi. The same exact.
With an insight, you think that Reshi is clearly naive to the laws and the rules of the People's Republic and clearly doesn't understand. What's going on. You got also from Rom, you got the impression that Rom was kind of experiencing like a new lease of life, almost like he was a little bit confused about some of the traditions and things that, you guys are doing and things that like were kind of spoken about, what you'd call a naivety to Rom. And I would say that you can feel the similar kind of naivete to Reshi as well. And they have some similar kind of like just not really sure what's happening. And Reshi's like, I didn't realize that. What's the plan? I'm not good at plans. Rom always made the plans. I just kind of went along, and you can see that they're kind of like twiddling their little like dragon like thumbs.
Hey, everything's fine. Calm down. First rule is just to be calm, be cool. Okay, just relax. Take a deep breath. Just relax.
You see, as Reshi inhales, you see their like midsection expands quite wide, and like this like dragon has like a little bulbous bit of air in the center as they then
Blanco
exhale.
Quickly turns to Evis and goes, "Here, take my traveler's cape," and takes his cape and gives it. He says, the picture was drawn very badly of me. I am maybe not so recognizable. So you take my cape. Here. How
many dog people are here though? I mean, I don't want to put I can run if necessary. I'm concerned.
I think it's a
about
great
y'all.
idea. I think it's a great idea to put on the cape. I mean, like I said, if the drawing's bad enough as Rushy depicted, then I think we're okay if you put that on.
You can give it back to me when we get to Olafur's, no pasa nada. He goes to pass the cape to them.
Hold on. How many people can we fit in the bag of the swag of holding?
You can fit two people per swag.
Okay, like hold your breath and like get them in there for like I don't know, like a minute and a half, and just like kind of walk past these people and then like kind of dump them out as we're past.
As you guys are kind of stood, and you know this is happening in the bazaar. You guys are like one street over. There's like a row of buildings kind of in between you. You see a drunk fellow kind of like stagger out of the gap of the bazaar, and he's like, and they say that the freebooters are free. Oh, you lot, what are you doing out here so late?
We just got done with the show, so we're just heading back to relax. So you know how it is.
You're a pretty little fella, and he goes to try and like tap Toad on the nose. He's like, you're pretty, and he like kind of stumbles.
Please do not touch my friend.
It's fine, but it's just an adoring fan. It's fine.
No problem. And you see him kind of like lean, and he goes to like place his hand on what he thinks is a wall, and just places his hand on like Gio's face, and is like, sorry there, Mr. Guys. Wait a second. Do I know you people?
Oh, no, you do not. You just used to confuse, that's all.
I'm not confused. I'm a straight shooter. Look at me. Pa-pow! Pa-pa-pa-pow!
Arnor is getting ready to knock this guy the fuck out. Like he is prepping, like he is like reaching for his maul.
No, if we knock him out, then that might put a target on y'all. If we've already have it on us.
You want to hear a knock-knock joke? Is that what you say? Knock-knock?
Yeah,
Who's that?
there?
Me!
Yeah. Oh, I think someone's calling you back there, though. Do you not hear that? Someone's calling you. You don't hear that?
Oh, can you make a persuasion check for me? And you can do it with advantage.
Okay.
Someone's calling you.
That's a 25.
Ayo.
Oh.
25.
It must
you don't hear that back there.
It must be this beautiful minotaur that I was talking to. It's this long.
Oh, I saw them. They're the most, and I think they were making eyes at you too, because I was over there around that time. Kind of, I saw that connection. Like that was.
You think they love me?
Hey, I think it's a start of love. It's a start of it.
I haven't been loved since my mother. I will be back. I love you guys.
The longer you stay here, the more chance of love is slipping away. So you go.
Bye. I love you, Toadman and Poochie. Bye. And you see him kind of just stagger off back around the corner, back into the bazaar.
Cool. Love isn't real.
Whoa, that's another conversation. All right, let's so yeah, let's I guess we're just dancing out. So Gio has like the cape, and Gio can kind of walk just like and maybe hunch over a little bit, just like change your gaits a little bit to just be different than how you are, if you guys can, and we'll keep moving if everyone's good.
Blanco looks down and sees that the cape probably would have fit Rom pretty well, but with the circumference of his shell and everything, it's kind of scooched up, and his feet, his sandals, and his turtle feet are completely visible. And
that's fine. It's probably other turtles, I assume.
Yeah. So I just feel a little uncomfortable, and I'm just really anxious to keep moving away from this crowd, to try to get away from this crowd, or sort of sense the danger.
Blanco sort of gets down more into sort of like on an all fours kind of sort of gait, and sort of gets more into a dog position than sort of like being more upstanding as he is normally. Goes, "Vámonos, vámonos! Let's go."
Amazing. So you guys continue on through Midtown, easily getting to Olafur's house where you guys had come from earlier that evening. As you get there, you find that the door is unlocked. I'll just remind you, it's a beautiful 3-story house made of like kind of dark wood, basically. And now on the outside, the lower 2 floors don't have any windows, except the top floor has like a circular like window in kind of like the lofty roof area. And it does have like a little porch out the front that you have to walk up some steps to. But you guys do find the front door unlocked.
I certainly get myself in as quickly as possible and feeling one little sense of relief.
Amazing. As you guys kind of open the door and you kind of step in, what you find is this like warmth of like a kind of home almost hits you. As you kind of open the door, you can see that there is a like a rack of like hooks, basically like nailed to the wall, and above 4 of the hooks have like little name tags. You've got one that says Nardo, one that says Rafe, one that says Mikey, and one that says Donnie. And you can see that they've there's like 4 little names, and you can see that there's like there's some like cloaks and like different things kind of hung. There's like maybe a belt on one, and there's some different things kind of hung. And as you step in, you see a staircase that leads up in front of you up to the 2nd floor. Next to you, you can see a room, a door directly to your right, and then there's like a hallway that leads into like an open room that you can kind of smell some nice like what smells like pesto-y kind of like smell is kind of coming from this room that's kind of off in the distance.
We met 2 of them, right? Or we heard them when we were visiting before? We
Yes.
met 2 of the younger... Okay.
Yeah, you saw Nardo, and you also saw Donnie. If you remember, Nardo came sliding down the stairs on a tray and smacked into the door as Olafur like tried to open the door and like got mad at him and was like, "What the hell?" And they're like teenage half orcs, basically. Is
Classic Nardo.
Classic
Nardo.
Classic
What a guy.
Nardo.
I feel like Nardo would be like a name for like a British nickname for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way you were describing Geezer earlier.
Yeah, that fucking Nardo over there. You know, like that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Such a Nardo.
And you guys can just feel this kind of warmth emanating from this building. It feels, kind of soft. And as you guys kind of close the door behind you, you see from that room where you can smell that like kind of pesto-y, like, that basil, kind of smell coming from. You see Imani kind of poke her head with her dreads are now kind of down and like loose, like around her like shoulders. Kind of poke her head around. Oh, you guys made it back. I didn't think you'd be back from the party so early. Is everything okay?
Not okay. Not okay. It was. We have to talk.
Oh, please.
It
Yeah.
has to be quiet. It has to be. This is. Are we safe here?
Of course. Shut the door. Lock it. As you turn to see the back of the door, there is 8 locks on the back of the door that go down the side of the door. Yes, Arna.
Quick kind of question / point of order.
Mm.
When Rom betrayed us, did that send any alarms off for Olafur concerning the pact we made with him?
Oh no, because the guy, he got rid of that when he first spoke in the dream or whatever. The one person who was talking to kind of got rid of it.
Oh shit.
He was like,
Right.
"I'll
Yeah.
take care of that."
He
Bam.
removed the pack from Rom when he was in his dream. When
Okay.
Kiber spoke to him in his dream.
But we don't know that.
You don't know that, no.
Right. No, of course
True.
not.
Good point.
As you guys kind of go to like move in and the door is kind of shut, Imani's like, "I'm happy for you to come in. Just shoes off, please, at the door. I just sweeped this morning, please."
So looks at his digits.
Toad, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You're good. You can come on through. Everyone else, if you can take your shoes off at the door, and last person through, if you can just lock the locks, that would be amazing.
I take my sandals off, and here as I'm walking in my padded turtle, a slight clack. My
Nails.
nail.
Oh, your little nails are clacking against the wood. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, Yuck. I love it.
No, it's like a doggy.
I was going to say, like
a
my
doggy.
claws. My claws are like.
Slipping and sliding.
We have 2 puppies on this team. 2 puppies.
Yeah, and then Arnar takes off his shoes, and he also has wickedly long dog nails.
Of course he
He has very neatly manicured nails.
Oh,
I'll
I was
have
just
you
going
know.
to say.
Hey,
because of
we're at
sheer
sheer
horniness.
horniness. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
Sheer horniness, goddammit.
Yeah.
You're horniness.
Nails looking magnificent.
Blanco
Yes.
turns to Evis and said, may I take my cape back?
Oh,
back
yes,
okay?
yes, of course. And they like undo the cloak and give yeah.
Gracias.
Thank you so much. You're very kind.
And I just want to mention, I am not a pooch. That drunk man, I am a very, very good dog, not a pooch. I just wanted to clarify that.
Wait.
You just say I'm a good boy.
Blanco, Toad's gonna fly up like Blanco. No, like whatever that drunk said. Like we know. Like don't.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That guy sucks. 100%. That guy sucks.
Well, I just
You
don't
are-
want you to think that I am, by
No.
in any way, just some down and dirty old pooch.
No.
No.
That,
You are Blanco. You're not a pooch. You are Blanco.
thank
You're one of the greats. You're one of the best fighters that I've seen. No, you're not just a pooch.
Yeah.
You are Blanco. Is who you are. That is you.
You're the best boy.
Morality is entirely gray and relative in the jobs that we tend to work, but I would say that indeed you are a good boy.
You see, Reshi kind of comes over and is like, I'm just trying to understand because I'm kind of new to all of this. Is it okay for you to say pooch because, you are a dog and not okay for us to say pooch? I just want to understand the like, I want to make sure that I don't offend anyone. Like, I'm trying to get
in my languages, not nice. You are the lowest of the low if you are a pooch. So
Got it.
and
A canine
and,
it is.
and still sort of like looking at Reshi with a bit of sort of like frightened. A bit
Almost doing that like dog thing where you
Yeah.
raise a bit of your lip.
like
You're like,
that,
"Arr."
Yeah, exactly. Just bare a tooth and
Do we notice
to warn
that?
her.
Do we notice that? On
Yeah,
him?
with 100% with all of your passive perceptions, you notice Reshi and Blanca kind of like, kind of turn and give a little bit of that.
I'm gonna kind of get between them and say to Reshi, just call them by names. Don't even bother trying to just say like whatever they are. Just like this is Blanco, so you would just say
Blanco.
K9. We just go by names if you can. Just ask them for their names.
Right.
Names. Okay. I'm Reshi. By the way.
Oh.
Names.
Yes.
Nice.
Super.
You see Reshi kind of floats towards like the kitchen area that Imani poked her head from. And you hear Olafur from the other room be like, "Come on in, tell me what happened." And you hear his voice, kind of echo through.
Coming through the door.
Arnar stormed in there.
Amazing. You guys all saw in. Is anyone locking the door? Is anyone doing the locks?
No one else
Yes.
says I'll lock it. I mean, okay, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
having the deadbolt.
Okay.
No.
Evis, can you please make an intelligence check with advantage for me,
Oh.
please?
Okay, I was gonna say, wait, no, that's the one thing I'm bad at. Actually, no, that's false. Strength is the thing I'm bad at. Oh, okay, the first one's a dirty 20.
Beautiful.
Both of them are dirty 20s.
Let's go. We do love that. So, Evis, everyone kind
I'll
of
take it.
files through, and you turn around and look at the door, and at first glance, you're like, what the fuck? This is like some intricate locking. There's like flap over, like twist this, slide that.
It's like those
fucking-
kitty activity tables, maybe,
Exactly.
where like you have to like move the bead. Yeah.
Exactly. 100%.
Like at the hospitals.
There's like the whole hoop with the wire, and you're not allowed to touch the wire, and you're doing like a bit of like this one, kind of like getting it around and then putting it in place. With a dirty 20, you managed to work out how to lock all the locks, and then finally
Okay.
you You turn around and you're like, okay, cool. As you guys make your way into the little kitchen area, you can see that there's like a dining table in the center of the room. You can see Olafur is sat at the table with his hand bandaged up, and like a little dot of blood where his finger was on the bandage. And you can see that he's sipping some sort of like hot brew, and is sat with like his legs crossed at the table. I was like, hello all. Did I hear you say something went wrong because what happened to the party?
We have been betrayed.
You're betrayed by who? Who betrayed you?
Romulus.
He looks around. He's like, damn it. I'm starting to like that guy. That's, what happened? Break it, talk to me. Like,
we may have been betrayed because it didn't seem like that was just Rom. At the very end, we saw, like, Rom kind of came back, right? He's like, because he apologized, right? So at the very end, like, it seemed like something kind of switched.
Yes.
Right? Or no? Okay.
Yeah,
so
you're done.
Okay.
Like, it was very clearly not of his own volition.
Oh.
So it wasn't necessarily what is it, let's go to Ross. It's a different character. What is it, Arnar? Is there a fly? Arnar, is there? Because I will eat it. If there's a fly, I will eat it.
I'm a little stressed at the moment. Is there anything I can punch? My judgment has been clouded today. I am not myself.
But yes, if you head over and he gestures to like a piece of wall, so you can see the stairs kind of like go up and disappear up into the wall. You can see that he gestures to a piece of wall like that is under the stairs, that there doesn't seem to be anything there, and he goes, if you go over and you press the third brick down, go into the basement, and there's a couple of dummies in there that you're welcome to practice on R&R while we discuss what's going on. Feel free.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll go down by myself then while you guys are discussing.
I might tag along, just be the back. Like, I want to just tag along because I'm gonna see him go. I'm just gonna, so like I'll be like just sneaking kind of behind. Like I won't say anything, but I'll just kind of be there because I just want to make sure that, you know. So I'm gonna.
Toad, can you please make a I think with your heightened Toad senses, you can not only see this fly, but fucking smell the bastard as well. Can you please?
Yeah, I wish she could. I don't know what the fucking thing was.
Can you please roll? Are you going to try and eat this fly as you follow R&R down and pass it?
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Make an attack roll with your tongue.
Okay.
Like that one. It's like the fly episode of Breaking Bad. Like there's a contaminant.
Yeah, exactly.
16?
Oh, easy. You like use your toad eyes. You kind of like almost like, you know, in Top Gun when you're watching like the tracking system on the guns, kind of like trying to find, and then something like beep, 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 you like lock onto it and just blip, and go for it.
We should all be talking together. I'm happy. Should we just all go down? Rom, Arnar, this is a conversation that everyone has thoughts about. I don't think, but maybe let's just all go downstairs. I'm happy for you to.
Oh, you would like? I suppose that would be convenient. However, there will be a bit of a background percussion, as it were. As Arnar is already pushing the brick and is walking downstairs because like he is not in the right headspace right now. He needs to, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
As you press the brick, you feel it kind of slide inwards, and suddenly a voice comes out of nowhere, and it says, "Hello, please make a donation."
He's gonna turn to Olafur really like slowly and just kind of narrow his eyes at him.
It's not a money thing. Arnar, I know how like important finances are. It's not a money thing. It's simply like a little pinprick of like blood. It just needs like a little pinprick of blood to trust you. If just put your hand in it, it'll be a quick like little jab, like a little whoop, like one of those, like a little whoop, you know, kind of situation.
You need to make a blood pact in order to...
To enter our secret basement. I mean, it wouldn't be very good if people could just get in.
That is suspicious.
Insight, I'm insight, my boy here. I don't know if I...
That is weird.
God damn it! I'm rolling poopy stones today. That's a 10.
As far as you're aware, I mean, Arnar, you've heard of secret passages in the past. You know, people having to, in some ways, alleviate this mechanism. And if that's the way, hey, fucking, who are you to judge?
Arnar's just gonna sigh and like put his hand in.
Amazing. You take 2 points of piercing damage as a little beep pricks your hand, and you suddenly hear as some like bricks begin to slide, like kind of lock backwards and then begin to like slide across, and you can see like a dusty staircase that leads like down into the basement.
I turn to Olafur and say,
Okay.
all of us, as I'm putting my hand towards the slot and looking for direction from Olafur.
Sure, no. All of us downstairs, yes. No, don't put your fucking hand in there. He already did it enough. We only need one. It's just one. We don't need from everybody. It's okay. Do
you clean that, or just?
He turns to Imani. Imani looks back at him and shrugs, and he goes, "No, I haven't since I got the place. If I'm honest."
Okay, that's flies down, just flies ahead. Okay.
Arnar takes a level in sorcerer from the new.
Now have a STI contracted from. So as you guys begin kind of making your way down, Olafur and Imani follow you guys downstairs. As you guys are making your way down, you do hear some like banging upstairs. You hear some like foot like kind of like footprints going on upstairs.
Nardo.
And as you guys make your way down, you come into this basement that as you walk in, torches light on fire as you kind of walk in. You can see that it's a completely stone basement, and on the far side of the room, you can see that there is a bookshelf. Anyone who has the ability to channel arcane magic here in the Sky Realm, so Geo, Toad, Evis with your levitation, and Blanco with your spell ability. Arnar, it's not as obvious to you, but you can kind of tell that something is like special about these books, but to the rest of you, you can tell that there's a bookcase with a bunch of magical tomes on it across from you. The rest of you that can feel that arcane energy, it is very clearly a bookcase of magical tomes and scrolls and things like that. On the right, you can see that there is a table, and on the table is a bunch of like maps and like schematics and like kind of plans. And then you can see like above that on the wall is a map of the People's Republic. And there is like points drawn on it. There's like thread leading from place to place, and there's like little bits of info all over that. Yes, Arnar.
This is a long shot, but there isn't a ratio et propositum isn't on the shelves, right? That's like that'd be a bad thing if it was.
Can you roll me a fate check? Just roll me a d20 and we'll see in the grand scheme of literature that Olafur has in his house whether specifically it's in this bookshelf in the house.
4.
With a 4? No, it's not on the bookshelf.
Okay, I was wondering which way you were going with that. I was like, oh fuck.
No, it's not in this bookshelf. Though there are possibly more in the house. And over to the right, you've got the table with like the maps and all these schematics and stuff, and then over to the left, you have a couple of like dummies that are dressed in like armor. A couple of them have like arrows in, and then there's a couple that have like just leather armor kind of draped on them with like a weapons rack next to them with a couple of various different types of weapons, short swords, like various melee weapons and a couple of ranged weapons. And finally, next to the weapon racks, you can see that there is a table that has like, it's a much shorter table. The table is probably, say about maybe 3 feet at a maximum if you're making a guess. A very low down table with some like test tubes and like things like that kind of on it and things like that. And Olafur goes, welcome to the meeting room of the water runners. I guess with you guys coming in here, it's official. You're definitely water runners now. So Wait, so Rom betrayed you. What happened exactly? You all seem to be fine as I look at you all. What did he take something? Did he... What happened?
But before we start, and before Geo says the next thing, he's noticing it in himself, but he's not sure if anyone else is noticing. He's just not stuttering as much. And maybe it's after the big reveal, something is changing in him, but he feels just a little bit more assertive, and he says, was there any signal or any message that the rune pack has been broken?
Not that I know of in any sort of way. What happened? Did he take something from you? Did he escape? Like what went down? Did you kill him? Well,
he fought us. He kind of switched. Like something just kind of flipped. He attacked us. Two other. He didn't summon those two other people. Those two other people that attacked us as well. Did they just appear? I forget. Or were they just or did they get summoned?
The timing was very, very interesting. If it was an accident, it was very coincidental. But the likelihood that they showed up and Rom turned at the same time feels a little too much of a coincidence for it to be an accident.
So they were there. Okay, so people were there. So they
Yes.
they weren't like summoned. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we tell you the full story, just clarify with me: is there a way that rune pack could be broken?
I mean, you would need to be an exceedingly high-level channeler, arcane user, to be able to break such a pact. I don't know any personally that would have the ability to do so. Possibly, someone with a lot more magical power. I mean, if we wish to go find out more about that, I mean, there's always the Arcane Institute that we could visit. They have the most powerful professors around, and the whole school is centered around helping those most gifted with the arcane arts, use those gifts. So maybe they might know something. I don't know, but that is 2-3 day travel from here.
So essentially, it hasn't been broken from what you can tell, because you would feel it, right? So essentially, it hasn't been severed then, as far as you can tell.
As far as I know. No, as far as I know, he's not told anyone. I've not, and he hasn't. I didn't make the pact against punching each other or attacking one another. That's not something that I put into the rune. But he definitely hasn't told anyone.
If someone breaks it, you would feel it. Is what I'm asking. Though,
yes,
right? You would feel
100. We would all feel it. It would hurt everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And remember, at the very end, he apologized. He said, "Lo siento, I'm sorry." So
he apologized to you after betraying you?
Because it wasn't, like I said, something flipped, something switched. It didn't seem like it was wrong, like something else.
Do we know, just above table, did Rom reveal to us a connection to the Arcane Institute earlier on? He's never done that. We're not aware of that. I know there's been...
He has told you that he came from the Arcane Institute, and that's it.
Okay. On table again. Did you say the Arcane Institute?
Yes, it's where the arcane masters practice. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that hot drink is giving me hiccups. That's very odd.
Does anyone else remember Rom talking about the Arcane Institute?
I
feel like I do.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, 100%.
So you're suggesting that rune pack could be broken by someone powerful that might be situated in the Arcane Institute, and what we're saying is that Rom has a connection possibly to the Arcane Institute.
Well, this is what I would say is, the only person that I knew when I was training at the Arcane Institute that had the kind of power that could break a rune promise was Supreme Wizard Sulip at the time. But I know that, in the last couple of years, Sulip has been, transposed, and now Kiber has taken the place of Supreme Wizard, so there's a possibility he might know something. Yes.
I'm struggling a bit. Reshi, when did you get your voice back exactly?
Reshi kind of thinks, well, it was the moment Rom started dematerializing and disappearing. Oh, I don't know. It's like it was a tickle in like my throat, and then suddenly, and you see her like cough out like a little puff of flame, and is like, suddenly it was just there, like this, like all new.
Interesting. I'm going back to punching the dummy.
Very, very odd indeed. Okay. Well, you know what? This is why the Dawn said, that he doesn't trust people, because... Right.
First of all, fuck the Dom. Just saying.
We're talking about the Dom, but I'm sorry. He is very extreme in what he does offer.
Let me just say this. I have known the Don for a very long time. I knew his father when he was Don. I knew Don Ignacio, and I knew Don Leon when he was just Leo. And he was a very nice young lad back in the day. But taking up the position of Mafia Don comes with the need for certain amounts of precautions and rules and
violence towards one of your own.
Look.
As much.
Yes. Good. What did you want to say, Arnar?
As much as you may dislike being party to somebody like the Don, whether you like it or not, we are now in the game.
Mm-hmm.
There is little to none space for moral high ground when that basest level of it is all we have. The ends, in this case, need to justify the means.
I agree with Arnar.
That was very well articulated from Arnar.
Yeah.
Who is now?
I know,
who's now?
That Romulus put his hand in the center with us. He knows things about us. He knows all of it.
Shit. Wait, he was there for the entire interaction with the Dawn. How much does he knows whoever he was. This is bad. This is very bad. If the Dawn has been exposed, then dear Lord. Evis, you did you want to say something? I'm sorry. I was just having an internal panic attack a little bit there that I just quashed for a little second. Sorry about that.
No. It's just... What?
You should.
I don't want to punch you.
No.
Oh.
Are you calling me a dummy?
No? Why would I?
Oh.
No. Sorry. No.
That was a miscommunication. I apologize.
No, it is okay. Thank you. You're very the opposite of a dummy, just for the record.
Thank you.
But
you're
welcome. But what I mean, if Rom's transmissions or what have you really were interfered with by somebody like on an arcane level, who's to say that they couldn't potentially wipe everything from Rom and erase those memories?
It's not a bad point, the people that are controlling poor Romulus now have access to information that they could do a great deal with, and if they wish to not only blank his memory of our friendship and our existence as the green jalapenos from his memory, they could do so much more with the information that they now have, and it means that the time pressure now is even greater. It means that if those are the Imperials, if he's connected to the Imperials and they know that the Dawn is not only part of the Defiant, but they also know that we are intending to stop the trial of Barnaby, we must act very quick. I am both scared, and you know what, I'll be honest, as an old man, I haven't had this much excitement for a while, so I'm a little bit like, I don't want to say like aroused, but like in a position where I'm just kind of, it's been a while since I've had this kind of danger in my life.
Do we need to...
You need a cold... You maybe need to take a dip. a cold bath. Just maybe.
I'm all right. It's more just a turn of phrase. I'm just, I'm excited, but also like, what a shame. But also, holy shit, are we into having to accomplish something wild here? And God, it's when the stakes are high, the rewards are just as high. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. All the adrenaline,
So.
Do we need to inform Don Leon of this?
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, if we're in bed with the Dawn,
right, and the Don has been exposed, then does he need to know this? Because this, as Geo instantly
puts everything at risk.
Yes.
Well, look. Let me say this. And you see Imani kind of step forward and place her hand on Olafur's shoulder and goes, I got this. And she's like, look, I'm concerned because if as the Dawn was not very trusting of you guys anyway, if we inform him that one of you betrayed us, then the trust may be broken even further, and that will get us further away from our objective. So I think, just for the time being, let's keep this one maybe on the DL, in terms of if we're dealing with any Claw Mafia members. Just, we don't want the Don to be hunting us, as well as also whoever Rom is working for hunting us, and anyone else that may also be hunting us, if there is anyone. I don't think there is. I think I got it all. The people that Rom is doing and the Don. Am I missing anyone that's hunting us at the moment?
Imani.
Well,
The pirates.
Oh,
There are pirates.
and
you're not wrong.
It really is a shame that Romulus died in that alleyway, and no one can find his body.
He died.
and also, there's that wanted notice too, by the way, for a couple of us here. So,
But
there's that too.
don't worry, they didn't get a good likeness of my.
But I think Olafur already knows by didn't we talk about that before we left to go meet the Don?
Did
we say like?
Yeah, he's like, so the incident from earlier came back round to bite us on the ass.
Yes.
Did it?
Yeah.
I see. Well, you know what?
And speaking of which, do we have some extra, maybe some clothes or something else? I mean, do we able some to disguise if you?
Of course, we have many black items of clothing here. We like to stay in the shadows. So, you wanted to do a waistcoat? We've got it in black. You want to
Sunglasses and baseball cap.
We've got baseball cap.
Marble style.
We've got it.
I was going to say like Unabomber.
Unabomber. Hey, we have one of those in ebony. We've got all the different colors of black and shades of black. So you're all good. We've got ebony, onyx, all the different ones. So obsidian, whatever color you're fancying, we've got many different types. That's not a problem. Can I just?
You have Vanta black. The darkest black.
I believe we do have one pair of boots that are Vanta black. They're like called black 3.6 or something like that. I believe was the paint shade that was used on them. Yes, what a phenomenal color! Almost disappearing at nighttime. It's pretty magical. I'm sorry, I'm getting derailed. This is not the point.
Well, we can't actually. I think we can call it Vanta Black because Anish Kapoor is like, nobody can use it but me. I am the only one.
You, Anish Kapoor. We're using it in D&D.
We're using it in D&D.
So, let me just say this to you guys. And I mean this in the most heartfelt way possible. The things that we are now facing are not only fucked up, but they require a level of consistency as a team and a level of teamwork that we are going to need to operate at a much higher level. So I'm going to say two very serious things now. The first one is this. If we are going to accomplish a heist while being wanted and chased, we are going to have to pull something out of our asses, because I have never heard in the history of the People's Republic anyone achieve a water heist, let alone a breaking a prisoner out of jail heist, while being wanted across the city. So, again, my adrenaline pumps just thinking about it, and I will say this, I'm confident that this group has the ability to achieve that. I've seen you do great things. We need to just make sure that we're ironed in for this one. So, I'm going to say this. If anyone else has anything to hide, now is the time to get it out. I mean, I didn't know we were traveling with royalty. Geo, when was that being told to us? Has anyone else got anything underlying that they would like to fucking share with the group? Because I feel like I wouldn't like to get stabbed in the back by another robot friend, let alone a biological friend.
Calm yourself down. We have all done the room promise, and I feel that we are getting to know each other to a point where I trust the people.
Okay, let me say...
Had my back.
Why don't we do this? I'll make it a little bit of an easier situation. Let's all go round and tell each other a piece of information about our lives that if someone else were to find out, it would be very detrimental to that person, knowing that way if they do betray us, we can use said information against them if need be. Does that sound good to everyone? Just a backup for any more betrayals that might happen amongst the jalapenos. We are really like a band. Look at us breaking up all over the place. Ridiculous.
You go first.
Of course. Well, I will say this. My piece of information for you is that there is an island hidden on the western side of the belt. It is a small desertous island, but if you go exactly 230 feet from the northern ridge of the island, and then you take a left, you walk another 25 feet, and then take a right, you will be stood on the exact spot that my entire fortune is buried. All of my wealth, except for the stuff that I keep here, is all there.
That's all very well, but you do not give us the name of this island, so you give us some.
I don't believe it has a name. It's very close to the wizard's tower that is out there. I'm not sure if you've seen that island or flown past it, but there is the place where the wizards hang out, the tower there. It's very close to that. It's hard to miss. It's the only sandy desert island out there instead of like barren mesa kind of desert. So it's not a hard one to miss. But yes, my fortune is all out there. You have access to nearly 7,000 platinum pieces, yes. So that's my piece of information. Anyone else wish to share?
There is a man I wish to kill. His name is Meridas Kulanov. He lives in the upper district, in the university. If word got out that I wanted his head, it would be very bad, not only for my business, but also my reputation.
Thank you, R&R, for stepping forward so bravely and bluntly. And I hope we don't bump into Miradas anytime soon. But also, hey,
I do.
Let's. Oh, okay. You just keep punching that dummy over there. You got a little bit more anger to do.
Harder punches
to get out. Anyone else got a piece that they would like to share with the group?
Geo steps forward and says, "I'm sorry," to everyone, and says, "I guess I just need to clarify. Technically, I am called Sergio, but I am the son of the king. My dad's name, as I mentioned to you, was Kingston, but it's actually King Stan. His wife, Queen Bee, is actually a queen. My brother, Chiraco, is actually Akko. It's Sir Akko. And my uncle, Sir Ace, is actually Sir Ace. But that's not the thing I want to share with you. I want to talk about my friend,
And I miss her. Her name is Tag. And she's back at the Mitsuhira. And we're friends. Well, I love her. And I'm out here to make her proud. And I'm gonna go back. And I'm gonna ask for her hand. Because she's amazing. And there's nothing closer to me that I would share with you. And he steps back.
Well, that's exceedingly heartwarming.
At this, Blanco has his grief come rising up from his core, and he takes a slow bow to Gio and says, "You have opened your heart, my friend. I too will do the same. I did not protect my master. He was killed, burnt. Because of me, I carry the scar. I let my family down. I'm trying to regain my honor. For this I search the man with the black hands. I continue to wish to return to my family, but I am disgraced. I will regain my honor when I find the man with the black hands. My name is Blanco Montagne. You killed my master. For this you shall die." Blanco bends back down and moves away and takes a step just to the side of Gio to be that companion in grief.
You see Imani steps forward and she says, "My younger sister, Triss, is my best friend in the world. She lives on Wayland Avenue in Uptown. If anything were to happen to her, it would be the biggest loss of my life." That is all I have to say. At this point, Olafur turns to Toad and looks at him expectingly.
Well, I don't have much to really that I hide. I mean, the main thing I guess is, if something happened to Arn or any of you now, I'd be pretty lost. I haven't had this consciousness for that long. I mean, I guess some sort of secret, I guess you can say, is that sometimes when I dream, I'm just a worm toad. And it's beautiful. It's all on instinct. It's music that's more nature than what I sometimes feel now. And some days I just long just to be a worm toad and to not be toad, I guess you could say. So, but I don't know, that's, you can tell them what you want. I mean, otherwise, I did try to start my career as a comedian, and that kind of fun a little bit. So if you let people know that, that'd be kind of bad. Went by Mr. Toad. It was not. Yeah, it was, music's more my thing. So.
Well, there is no shame in not having all the talents, Toad. That's, I understand that greatly. Thank you everyone for sharing, and I feel like we've all gotten a little bit closer with strings.
Not they don't want to share, but did everyone share?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's
No.
it. Yes.
No.
I didn't want to say Evis, but I was gonna.
Oh, my apologies, Evis. I completely. I didn't see you behind Blanco there for a second. Blanco, your fur stood on end then for a second, and very.
Blanco steps aside to reveal.
Yes, Evis, go for it. My apologies.
Well, I guess in the monastery, we don't really believe in keeping secrets. Everything everything's out in the open, because it's just one of the teachings of the Alia we know is to foster community and foster belief in each other. And that's why honesty and truth are some of our biggest tenets. That being said, things have been a little out of sorts since that night we were attacked by those pirates. I had this dream that I appeared in the throne room of what I assume everyone else knows of Alia to be outside the monastery. And it was dark. It was different. It was nothing the way I've been taught to know over the last, however many years. But I don't know if my feelings about Alia have changed. Even still, with this new form that appeared to me in a dream, because, what if it is just a dream? What if it is just my mind playing tricks on me? But I'm still intrigued to know if what appeared to me in that vision is based in reality.
Olafur takes a deep sigh, looks at all of you in the eyes, and kind of acknowledges all of you, and before kind of cracking a little bit of a smile, and just kind of looking at all of us, and he goes, "Well, aren't we a bunch of sorry lot? This is lots of trauma everywhere here. But that only makes us stronger. And I'm sorry to hear for many of you of the pains that you have encountered. I wish that we can, as a team, as the jalapenos, come together and solve some of these problems. Evis, help you find your path with your belief. R&R help you conquer Miradas, and Blanco, the man with the black hands. Geo, it would be an honor to attend any wedding thrown by a prince. So please make sure I get an invite. I would be happy to come.
I'm already working on a song, by the way. So I'll let you hear a little bit when I get more concrete, but I'm already working on a song for you.
That's I can't wait to hear that. That sounds, well, you know what, guys, as we have all agreed, and we are as we are, I think the best course of action is for us to take an evening to relieve some of the stress of the hours past, grieve Rom in whichever way you might feel is appropriate for yourself. Look forward to the future, and maybe tomorrow we start planning this heist of the Uptown Reservoir. I know Imani has some things that, since we arrived back, that she's been kind of leafing through down here before bandaging me up. And we think we have a good heading of how we might be able to at least start planning and come up with an idea. Let me just say this. Whatever your plans tonight are, I would say, not that this is your last night of fun or glory or anything of that such, but we're about to step down a road that is going to be probably filled with darkness, mistakes, problems, foes, friends. Enjoy your evening tonight, guys. You all have a place to stay here. There should be ample room for everyone. Just make sure that you are comfortable tonight, and make the most of your evening before tomorrow we take steps towards heist. Maybe the greatest heist ever done. An impossible task. I don't know.
Maybe you can start by just maybe putting more positivity or something behind it, because the way you're like, yes, have a good night, but also doom, gloom. Like, I don't know, maybe just, we're gonna do this shit. We'll be a team. We're gonna get this shit done. But,
he's correct. We most likely are going to die.
Yeah, we might fucking die. But you know what? Let's just do our best, and we're not going to die. So let's just stick some positivity on. Say we're gonna do this shit and get it done.
Toad,
please will go out.
Toad, please take the floor. Please instill this positivity. Please. I'm lacking to find some with my missing finger at the moment, and losing Rom. Please share some of this positivity.
So it's hard for me with words. It's easier with music, but I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna do the best we can do, and that's all we can. I mean, there's only so much we can control, and I don't know. Might as well just go about it with a positive attitude, because why else? I mean, going about it worried, going about it scared, angry, upset, that's not gonna help at all. I mean, if we're gonna be here, fuck it. If it's gonna be the last moment I'm here, I'm gonna try to enjoy it, even if it's in battle, if it's just hanging out with you guys, whatever it is.
Would be nice for our last moment to be hanging out. That, I can see, that would be nice. That sounds good. I would be happy to offer that. And Toad, thank you for that. And guys, I just want to say it's an honor to have you here in my home. You guys are incredible people, and I feel blessed. Arnar, can you and look over, and the dummy's head is like fucking basically cracked off. Like Arnar has fucking destroyed this. You're going. Leave it for just like it's okay.
If it is possible to say, maybe we have one last meal together, because that pesto that I could smell as we came in that Imani is making, maybe we can have a meal. I am quite famished, and I am not sure. Is anybody else hungry? ¿Tienes hambre?
I'm hungry. Olafur puts his hand up with his missing finger and is like, I would definitely like some food. I'm down for some grub.
Let's just call it a meal, because like I said, when you say things like last meal, we're not going to have to fucking die. We're not.
Yeah.
That's not what we're planning for. So enough of the last meal. We're going to have a meal together, just one of many.
See, we all need to get on Toad's frame of mind. I like that. And Moni's like, amazing. I'll run upstairs and flick the pasta on. Not a problem. And you see her kind of make her way up, and you hear things start clanging, pots and pans and whatnot.
Then we shall call it the first meal. The first.
Ooh, that's an episode title if I've ever heard it.
Of the new team.
First meal of the water runners.
That is a song title.
You see, Olafur extends his fist that is bandaged. He goes, "Knuckle up, Blanco. That was a good one." And then looks at his like bandaged hands, like, and switches hands and is like, "Knuckle up," and gives Blanco a little fist bump.
Gio.
Ooh, that could be an album title.
Out of the shell, he pulls out the tickets from the evening festivities that are supposed to be going on, and says, I don't know if we're up for this. We might be or we might not after eating, but we do have an invitation to, sounds like a pretty cool party. And if tonight's the start of a lot of serious, I guess for me, adventure and high stakes danger and points of victory as well, if that's tomorrow, well, maybe today is us going out and, I don't know, having a drink and maybe even seeing that young elven girl. She was awesome. She seemed like she was really cool, and she was excited to offer up her thanks to us as well. But again, it might not be the night.
If I may.
Yes.
3 of us are currently wanted for murder of law enforcement. If you were to be seen at this party, or seen on the way there or back, it could be catastrophic.
True.
Additionally, I do not like parties. However, if you were to go, I would come with you.
You see Olafur kind of looks at Arnar, like, with wide eyes, turns back to Gio and goes, I don't mind a boogie, but he's not wrong. If we go, we need to, if we do decide to go, there needs to be an air of caution about a lot of what is happening. I don't even know where is this party being held. Do you know anything about where it's being held?
It says
They told us, right?
yeah, it's in the sewers.
It's in. Oh.
Oops.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Oh.
Well,
Oh.
I'm not sure if underground means it was underground, but I took it to mean it was underground.
Okay.
I think she mentioned something about down into the sewers, but she made it sound like it was amazing, and she had a style to her that looked like I haven't seen anything like that before. So,
Okay.
it seemed like it would just be a fun night. But I get what
does
you're saying,
sound-
Arnar, and I might be
sounds
just a
pretty
little
fun.
bit too.
Look, I will say this. It's up to you guys. I'm happy to follow your lead. I count there 1, 2, 3. There seems to be just one ticket that would have belonged to Rom, and as Rom is not here, and I am, I'm not sure if.
If we go, you can go. Okay, if we go,
Are you
can
sure?
Go.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's
Yes.
fine.
Do you know what? I haven't been to a rum shaker for a while. You know, it's been a while since I've gotten my my older hips.
How about you show us some moves? You know, maybe that can entice us to really want to go. How about you show us some moves right here? I got a song for you. I got a song. Let's go.
You see him like as you kind of begin, be like, no, okay then, boom, and he like launches into like some like classic like 80s like.
Groovy. I'll go. Then I'll go with the grooviness. I'll kind of keep it like kind of that funky.
And he's like, I bet
disco.
you haven't seen this one
Bass
before.
line.
Bet you haven't seen some of this.
Oh,
And
Such
Strictly
talent.
from the Water Runners? That's a little on the nose, isn't it?
Oh my! It's the official dance move with the Water Runners.
and you see him just like
when we
doing all
went,
these
it's like-
different things. You see him like being like, oh, and you ready? Here, I'm gonna do the wave. Oh, Blanco, coming over to you. Go on, take it, Blanco.
Oh, do you, Gio?
Gio's not good at it at all. Neither is Tom.
Send it back over, Gio. Send it back over, Gio. Whoa! That was a wild one. Well, that's.
I am
That's a
unfamiliar
little-
with these movements. What
As am I.
just happened?
Expression.
When you got
Poppin'
Happy movements of the body when basically when you're getting like a pleasurable sound and you just get a feeling your
Yes.
body's kind of you just move in a way that's almost pleasurable.
Toad
I
said
I mean,
it.
I
Sometimes
know,
if
I know what
combat,
dancing
what-
is.
Yeah.
I know what
this-
dancing is. This was
I'm in
new.
the same boat. This is
Oh, these are traditional dances done in the People's Republic when I was a young gentleman, when I was growing up. Some people actually referred to me as a young lad, as a gentleman who you might say is a little bit footloose, as one might say. I brought a lot of happiness in my younger. I wanted to be a dancer before I became a rebel, but stuff happens, And here I am, being a rebel and doing art, dancing very rarely. But you'll meet Anthea later when she comes home from work. But Anthea always tells me my damn dancer's hip is something that I need to be careful of. I can't go too wild because it might slip out like it used to.
Well, I think it's a sign that we should go. I mean, take the precautions, get some cloaks on, and at least if it's underground, like you say, hopefully I don't think anyone who would want to turn us in would be down there if it's more underground. I mean, kind of gets a vibe of a little more sea, a little more, kind of sweaty with that vibe. That's my take, my vote.
So, is it a vote that we go? Are we partying tonight? And you see Sato on his shoulder kind of raise his head and his eyes go wide, and kind of he starts doing a little one of these as Olafur starts bobbing as well, and they start both like doing a little one of these. He's like, so are we going? Is that the plan?
I need a few more minutes.
It would if I did. No, I don't think I can think about the spell slots. So I haven't rested. Never mind.
At this point, you've had a short rest. I'd say you've had a short rest. If it involves like anything that isn't a long rest, you've definitely had a short rest at this point.
What do you think, Arnar?
Give me 5 more minutes, and fine.
You hear Imani shout from upstairs. Food is like a couple minutes away. Come on up and let's have that first meal, everyone. You see her turn and shout, "Boys, come downstairs!" And you hear like thunderous footsteps from upstairs. So I assume you guys make your way out of the basement to go join at the dining table for food.
Oh, I'm taking like 5 more minutes to just really kind of get out of this mindset. Because I was debating whether or not he's going to become the mall at the party just to mingle with people a bit more and kind of
nice.
Be someone else for a minute. Yeah.
Amazing. So everyone else kind of makes their way upstairs, and R&R just...
I got
that new fisticuff damage.
I give him 1 bardic inspiration before I go up. Give him like a little psalm, like, so.
And the last one, R&R, you punch it, and the dummy kind of rebounds off the wall. As it comes back towards you, you throw a beautiful side kick and just snap the dummy clean in half at its midsection, and or just like get that kind of last bit of like out of you. Amazing. So
I'm satisfied, and he just walks upstairs.
Amazing. You come upstairs to find Imani is there with a giant like cauldron-sized pot, just serving like servings of pesto pasta. You can see that the 4 half-orc lads are like already tucking into their serving, and you can see that Mikey is like, "Yo, dude, you got more than me. Give me one of those pieces of broccoli," and like kind of pushes Donnie, and Donnie's like, "Nah, man, get out of here," and like slaps his hand. And Monty's like, "Boys, calm down." Olafur's like, "Boys, what did I say?" And they're like, "Sorry, Dad." And Olafur then is like, Olafur then sits down and begins eating, and you guys kind of join in the fray and kind of begin eating. And this light-spirited moment kind of sits by. It's this family vibe. Everyone's passing, food and sauce back and forth, from one another. And it's just this really nice moment for everyone involved. And it feels like for you guys, since leaving Lacrima, it's been a pretty intense couple of days. You've dealt with pirates, you've dealt with guards, you've dealt with people betraying you, you've been involved in a fight night. It's been a wild couple of days. And so that is where we're going to end right now for this break. We're going to take our break now. And it's just going to fade to black with everyone kind of chatting, and Imani putting her like coming behind Olafur and like putting her hand on his shoulder, and him looking up, like nodding and smiling, and her being like, "We did good." And that's where we're going to kind of have this scene kind of fade out and head into our break. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Sky Realm. We're so glad that you came and joined us. We hope you enjoyed watching our party dealing with the turmoil of Rom's betrayal and kind of working out how they're going to navigate, their group and the city going forward. Next episode, there's going to be some a little bit more relaxation. Hopefully the party get to enjoy some lighthearted fun at an underground club party night that they are intending on going to. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, guys, if you enjoyed any of this video, then please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Otherwise, we also have a Discord server where you can find out loads of behind the scenes information. You can interact with Tom, myself, and the cast from the show. And if you happen to like MMA, there's a section for that there as well. So there'll be a link to the link in the description to that Discord server. And finally, we do currently have a newsletter of holding. So if you want to receive free D&D supplements, be entered in family-made XL dice giveaways, and also receive updates on our upcoming airship combat Kickstarter, which we are chugging along to at the moment, then sign up to that newsletter of holding. It is completely free of charge. There's a link in the description as well. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Skyrim. We really appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.